into degree alternatives here. What can someone do if they don't want to get a degree in UX? But it kind of poses the question, does someone need to have a degree at all? Hey, I'm Alize. I am a UX design strategist and also a UX design YouTuber.
Hey, my name is V and I'm from London, UK. I'm an experience design lead and manager, and I run YouTube channel VA Experience.
Of course, for me, I don't have a degree. Of course, I'm gonna say, no, you don't need to have a degree in order to get a job, but it does mean that you're gonna have to have other skill sets. And for me, I would say I'm a self-starter. I would say I'm a hustler, and that's kind of what helped me sort of push through that sometimes that barrier.
My experience is on completely opposite end, as in I have a degree, right? And I have a couple of degrees in something which is exactly what, UX was back in the day, when it was still shaping and forming, and it became a paid discipline. And I also got a web development degree, so I have those degrees, but I kind of tend to agree that they're almost useless, as in, I'm working with so many different people, and I say my junior designers, my peer designers, all of them come from totally different type of industries or different type of degrees. Some, let's say, from industrial design, some from law, some from totally unrelated things, because you probably would want psychology degree, right? Or you want something to do with, I don't know, UI or graphic design, something visual, something more human related, maybe social sciences. But people just come from all random different industries or different backgrounds, and it's almost I don't think that it matters anymore. Sometimes I feel degrees which don't require 4 years, 2-year professional degree or specialization, are more valued, because it's almost you can immediately make that buck and make an impact and value and stuff.
I had met this designer from IDEO. They hire all different types of backgrounds. They don't want anyone with the same background. A lot of times junior designers don't want to showcase their background or what they were doing in their portfolio. I'm no, please bring that in. Don't lose that. Utilize it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that's a really good point. A degree itself is, it's a starter. It's almost, it's like a tinder for you to spark and make fire eventually if you want to. But I just see so many people who go totally different direction. To me, it's well, maybe you should automatically enroll or find apprenticeship and just do it right away and learn from, because it's really what matters to us is, as designers, is someone who can put it into place and make things happen, right? Someone who has the experience to face problems.
I met someone from CCA, I think California College of the Arts in San Francisco. It's a big prestigious art school, very expensive. I do think that those prestigious art schools are looked upon wow, you went to this art school and that's gonna really help someone out. But I will say, when I talked to this guy who just graduated and we're comparing what we learned as far as UX goes specifically, he's yeah, I think you probably learned the same amount, if not more, as I did in your 10 weeks of a boot camp, as I did in my years of going to this college. So if someone does really know that they want to get into UX specifically, I don't think you need to go to that art school. Just focus your attention on UX. And when we're talking about what are some alternatives, of course, doing a 10-week boot camp like I did was really beneficial, or doing online courses, or finding a mentorship, kind of like what you're also talking about, someone who's just willing to be a go-getter. Or just, if I met someone who was 22 years old, didn't go to college, but they've already have 10 projects that they've completed just from going out and hustling and finding, someone in their family that needed a website, someone that needed a website in their neighborhood, really was a go-getter. That's what I'm really looking for when I'm hiring someone who's in a more junior position, is I look for someone who's not a junior at all in their mindset.
I think it's definitely spot on. And to me, it's kind of work on a side business. That's at least is going to be a case for your portfolio. And it's also going to teach you the real world situations where you have to manage other people and their expectations. If you can do more of that actual nitty gritty, going through the dirt and learning from your mistakes almost out there, is much more beneficial than, academia, experience trumps everything. It's just, it's a fact. I mean,
because I also see that this hustling quality, that you're willing to go outside of what is presented to you and create your own route and create your own way. It just takes some time to think like, okay, I'm not getting what I want in life. This happens to everyone, right? Like no matter where you're at, like I'm not getting what I want in my life. I'm not getting teaching opportunities. I'm not getting content opportunities. Like I'm talking about myself here, or I have to create those myself. I have to figure out, okay, what are some alternative ways than what is like very typical, that I have to like be creative and think about how can I gather these things myself, because nobody's going to hand you anything. Nobody's going to be on like a white horse, Prince Charming, and hand you your life and what you want. So you have to figure out ways to go about doing it. And I think a lot of times people are waiting for that chance, right? Like are waiting for that opportunity. It's like, you don't have to wait. Create it.